Well, it's been more than a week since the disturbing report 40 veterans may have died while on a secret waiting list for primary care appointments at a Phoenix VA. And now lawmakers are demanding answers. But hospital director Sharon Hellman denies knowing anything, saying no secret waiting list has been identified internally. We still have not seen the list of the 40 deaths. We have not seen these documents. Veterans groups now demanding action, and here to explain is CEO of Concerned Veterans for America and Fox News contributor Pete Hegseth. Good morning to you, Pete. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Is this just another scandal similar to those in the Obama administration where you investigate yourself and then you, of course, don't find anything? Or are you buying Sharon Hellman's argument there?
The good old internal investigation. They dusted that one off again. That is exactly what this is. The folks that have identified this have multiple sources. We've seen emails between the director and others referring to this second list. There is a real investigation, IG investigation. GAO has found similar problems. This is going to come to light, and when it does, I don't know if it's going to be exactly 40 veterans that died waiting on a secret list, but there are going to be names, and it's going to be specific, and it'll be clear. So, I mean, if we'd waited for O.J. Simpson to cough up the old bloody glove, we'd have waited forever. This is that example. They're, of course, going to hold back, block as long as they can, and hope we stop paying attention.
Well, Pete, the allegations are quite startling. I mean, involving screen grabs, printing those out, sending that information to Washington, the paper copy, shredding documents, not ever hitting save, and so the appointments were never even made. Those are the allegations. And Sam Foote, the physician there, who's retired now, is saying, you know what? I'm standing by what I said the first go-round. So what are we going to see from Sharon Hellman? I mean, should she lose her job for this? This is not the first time she's been under fire.
Well, she should lose her job for it. What we've seen from her so far is fleeing the scene, not wanting to talk to reporters. When she finally did, she said, well, there's an internal investigation. She won't really talk about it. She should be fired. In fact, Eric Shinseki, the VA secretary, should be fired. Problem is, within this administration, no one's held accountable. And even if Sharon Hellman was to be fired, they would need 3 years and 2 negative performance reviews. And even then, they could probably only demote her. The problem of VA is no accountability because no one can be fired.
What do you think is going to happen next? Are they banking on groups like yours backing down, and are you going to?
Well, I hope that if they're counting on groups like ours from backing down, they're counting on the wrong thing. We're right on top of this. There's legislation in the House of Representatives that just passed 100 co-sponsors called the VA Management Accountability Act, which would empower the VA secretary to actually fire poor performers like Sharon Hellman so that we don't have Phoenix after Phoenix. Because as you reported and this network has been all over, this is not the first facility that Sharon Hellman has been at the helm of where there was a cover-up. They covered up the number of suicides in Spokane, Washington. She got pushed onto another facility. Similar things happen. So without legislation where you can fire bad apples, poster children like Sharon Hellman for VA dysfunction, nothing actually changes. So it's time for leadership. We're calling for Shinseki to step up on this. He hasn't said a word. Not a word about this. The VA secretary said nothing. It's like he's AWOL. We're not quite sure, and we're going to keep demanding accountability on this issue.
Yeah, as you say there, rather than lose your job, just move them to a different state.
Move them to another spot.
Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Good luck with all you're doing. 27 minutes.